When the facts bend reality, this is beyond plausible.
The wild is an endless battle between predator and prey, more dramatic than any event in the natural world. The struggle could not be more intense, determining the life and death of all species involved. Surprisingly, predators often taste failure to have a chance of survival. Predators must be perfectly adapted to their own arena, with each habitat presenting different challenges. This video will show revealing the extraordinary strategies predators use to subdue their prey. But even with superb skills, success is never guaranteed. Filling that hungry belly requires immense effort, and predators face countless difficulties. A female leopard is stalking prey. This feline predator has spread terror across the African continent. However, in open terrain, it has little chance of catching any animal. To succeed, it must get close to the prey, ideally within a few meters before launching an attack. A favored strategy among cats is camouflage. Its golden coat with black spots blends into the bushes, making the leopard invisible to its prey. Despite having large paws with sharp, retractable claws, the leopard moves with surprising silence. Antelope are its preferred prey. These grazing antelope are currently out of the leopard's striking range. The leopard needs to get even closer. The ideal distance for a pounce is about 4 meters. It can only burst into speed for a short time, so it must remain hidden and wait for an opportunity to attack. Being out of sight doesn't mean the leopard is beyond the senses of the alert, grazing antelope. Antelope have very keen hearing and a sensitive nose. Now the prey is in open ground. The leopard has missed its chance. But leopards are also known as flexible hunters among felines, masters at finding the most cunning hiding spots. A depression in the grassland is an excellent ambush position. An antelope is within range, but it seems too large for a solitary hunter. The leopard slips past the prey quietly, choosing a more manageable target. If the antelope detects it, the plan fails. Moving silently and slowly, it must make the right choice of prey to succeed. Another failed hunt. The antelope herd is too vigilant. If successful, the leopard might not need to worry about food for 2 weeks. Prey is still abundant, and the leopard's hopes remain. Lifting its head to observe also risks detection. But it's the quickest way to spot a new potential target. Less agile, the leopard bursts from nowhere with a precise attack at speeds up to 70 kilometers per hour. A lightning-fast, sudden attack. The chaos ends quickly, leaving only the bewildered, still frightened gazes of the antelope herd. It was a perfect ambush hunt, a rare success in the predator's endeavors. The leopard's hunting strategy depends on location, terrain, and ambush spots. But how can prey be caught in open, barren land with almost no hiding places? That's the challenge faced by the wild dog pack inhabiting the plains of Zambia. This tightly knit pack is led by an alpha female along with other loyal members. Unlike solitary leopards, African wild dogs rely on group activities for survival. During rare rest periods, the dogs take time to play with each other. This pack activity strengthens their bonds and enhances their coordination. On the vast African savanna morning, the pack heads straight to open fields in search of prey. The alpha female decides which direction the pack will take. The pack follows in single file, traveling many kilometers to find ideal prey. Adult zebras with powerful hind kicks pose a significant challenge. Sessib antelope, with their large bodies and sharp horns, also seem tough to handle. A small antelope appears to be a better choice, but they are very fast and have astonishing endurance. The pack must conserve energy. It's best to save it for more suitable prey. And here it is. A wildebeest is the prey the pack is seeking. The pack needs to make the wildebeest run. Their success depends on wearing down the prey's strength in a prolonged chase. When the prey flees, the pack gains more advantages. And once the wildebeest herd stands its ground, the situation changes instantly. The African wild dog pack faces countless dangerous horns. The chase tactic proves ineffective, and the pack's strength is neutralized. But the antelope herd cannot dampen their spirits. The dogs quickly reorganized their formation, and a new battle truly began. The wildebeest has a huge and powerful advantage, but the wild dog has endurance and tenacity. Now, both the predator and the prey are running at speeds over 70 kilometers per hour. The pack of dogs can still maintain this running speed for many kilometers, but the wildebeest cannot. One wildebeest broke away from the herd in a different direction, and then the others also split off. That split could confuse inexperienced hunting animals. The pack of dogs also split into two different directions, and this mistake weakened the strength of the entire pack. One pack of dogs stopped the pursuit. They had surrounded the wildebeest. But currently, the number of dogs is insufficient to bring down the large wildebeest that is ready to resist. In the other direction, due to the lack of assistance from other dogs in the pack, the pursuit was unsuccessful. This battle is falling into a deadlock. The pack of dogs has lost precious time. They must regroup very quickly. The lead dog still tries to chase the prey. It has become exhausted, and the wildebeest knows it. The jumps show that the wildebeest is still very strong and certainly not easily subdued. But the young, healthy legs of the dog pack are still maintaining speed. When one becomes exhausted, there is always another rushing to take the lead. The dog pack now has enough numbers to gradually exhaust the wildebeest. S leg could cause the dog. But only that can make the wildebeest stop. And they must act like that before the entire pack loses strength. After many minutes of chasing, the wildebeest's energy seems to have run out. All that remains now is despair and the somewhat hesitant gaze of its fellow species. At this moment, it is no longer safe from the dog pack. The flexibility and patience of the grassland hunters have been rewarded. All they need to do is bring the prey to the ground. Teamwork allows the dog pack to control prey many times stronger than them. That is an absolute advantage compared to hunting alone. But many mouths to feed also require much food. That is the price to pay for collective life. Teamwork and flexibility have given them the key to success on the African grasslands. But in the dense and complex tropical forests, hunting is a never-ending game of evasion and pursuit. In this case, the animal sitting there blends with the surrounding environment, and you will never know who it is observing. The praslin gecko is an expert at the game of seeing without being seen, looking but not really looking. Its eyes are always rolling around, while the rest of its body moves very slowly. And its poor prey will not have the slightest suspicion of its dangerous situation. The problem is that the hunter also only sees the prey when the prey moves. That is because this insect also resembles a leaf. One hides and the other seeks. Patience and meticulous observation will help them win this game. With a tongue thicker than its body, This is a powerful weapon that allows the gecko to get a meal from quite a distance. Another close relative of the praslin gecko is the untamed gecko. It also has a similar weapon to its sibling, but its body size is much smaller. With a length not much more than a matchstick, to successfully catch prey, it needs to get as close as possible. In this dim, old forest, it is very difficult to find prey of a size suitable for it. When you are a predator, but you have a tiny size, there is nothing worse than that. Detecting any prey in this dense world is indeed very difficult. If you have found suitable prey, you certainly do not want it to escape. This mantis is a warrior of the forest, a killer with hunting instincts and terrifying coldness. The sharp saw-like blades equipped on its front legs are a powerful weapon always ready to take the prey's life. Preying. Perhaps the name originates from its special posture, or it could also mean it is praying for its prey. The speed of an attack performed by the mantis is 10 times faster than a human blink. The mantis is an insect capable of three-dimensional vision. It perfectly judges the attack distance to the prey. Like the gecko, it can detect prey even when its body is motionless. It takes a few maneuvers to confirm that it is a meal. As long as there are the slightest signs of life, and then a lightning-fast attack is launched, to the prey's surprise. The victim has paid too high a price, while the predator is pleased after a successful hunt. The prey has been captured intact. Now is the time for the mantis to clean its weaponry. In the deep, old forest, any variable can occur. Here, the struggle takes place endlessly. The mantis's weapon may be very strong, but it is not the strongest. In a moment of victory, the mantis also had to pay a very high price. In the dense, watery forest, perhaps only this hunting animal has a wise answer to all the challenges of the green forest. Along the rivers in Madagascar's rainforest, the insects it hunts also gather to live here. The hunter creates a special trap that helps it control a wide area for hunting. That is a spider spinning a web. But the question is, how can it cross to the other bank to hunt? This spider is called Darwin's bark spider, and the female has a perfect hunting strategy. Like Spider-Man in the movie, it shoots out a continuous long strand of silk. The silk strands spin like a propeller and drift with the airflow to the other side of the river. Every few seconds, it connects the strands together to prevent them from spinning too wide. Gentle winds will complete the rest, blowing the silk strands into a 25-meter-long bridge. Now, it needs to reinforce the bridge, and the web will be suspended on it. How can a spider no larger than a finger produce so much silk? That is a question that puzzles scientists, and it is not ordinary silk. It is one of the longest natural silk strands on the planet. In some respects, it is even stronger than steel, and it needs to be that long to span the river, where countless surprises await. With an aerial bridge and an anchor point on the ground, it is time to create a perfect trap. These spiders have built one of nature's greatest masterpieces, with a diameter that can reach up to 2 meters. Just a few hours after creating the bridge, the work is considered complete. Now, its hunting strategy is simple. Just lie still and wait. The prey has fallen into the trap. It needs to release silk to complete the final task, packaging the prey for later use. Not all rivers provide predators with a regular food supply. The Grumeti River in Tanzania is home to one of the most patient predators on Earth. They are known as dangerous and brutal reptiles, survivors from the age of dinosaurs. This is the Nile crocodile. 5 meters long, 700 kilograms in weight, and always in a state of hunger. For some crocodiles, their last full meal was a year ago. For crocodiles, other residents of the river, like this fishing heron, are not food. It is waiting for something larger moving from the horizon. But around this lonely river, there is still no sign of migrating herds. The crocodile continues to wait in despair. Others, like this group of small crocodiles, are also waiting. But to get a meal, they still depend on this big guy. The herd of animals might pass by in a week or even a month. Not every year does the migration start so late. But at the moment, no herd has crossed the river yet. The crocodile must limit physical activity as much as possible, considering the little energy it has left. Finally, the sound carrying everything the crocodiles have been waiting for has arrived. The migrating herd is getting closer to the river. It is time for the crocodile to take its position. All eyes are on the large crocodile. Only it has the strength to pull a full-grown wildebeest to the bottom of the cold Grumeti River. The year of waiting has finally come to an end. After months of a long journey, the first wildebeest herd bravely plunges into the water. On the other side of the river, lush green pastures await them. The wildebeest do not know what lies beneath the murky water. Experience and instinct remind them to be cautious. The cool water invites the young wildebeest. These youngsters were just born during the rainy season. They have never witnessed the brutality around the rivers. This herd of wildebeest is replenishing the water lost after a long journey. They must be very alert to the death lurking beneath the water and hope their reflexes are fast enough to avoid a fatal bite. Another resident of this river section is the hippopotamus. Possessing a large body, they are herbivores and quite harmless to the wildebeest herd. A bite stirs the calm water, and the owner of this bite is a giant crocodile. The frightened wildebeest jump from the riverbank and run to higher ground. But now, the fear is no longer greater than the burning thirst. The antelope had lowered its guard and rushed down to the water source once again. Catching an antelope is not easy because these hoofed animals are very agile. The wildebeest reacted almost instantly to the crocodile's surprise attack. This crocodile's hunting technique seems not sharp as it repeatedly lets the prey escape. Throughout the year, since its last hunt, it has had no chance to practice further. But the story does not end there. The crocodile still has many other opportunities. In the next 2 weeks, a large number of wildebeest will cross the Grumeti River. This will be the ideal time for crocodiles to fill their hungry bellies. A log is drifting on the river. The crocodile hopes the herd of antelope won't notice it too early. A precise bite, the smaller crocodiles immediately move in. The crocodile pack will quickly tear the prey into pieces. Crocodiles cannot chew. They bite down hard on the prey and spin until a piece of meat tears off. All the crocodiles get their own share of meat. They quickly replenish their energy before the next opportunity comes next year. Covering a long journey of thousands of kilometers, a herd of millions of animals is on the way chasing the rainy season grasslands. But not only prey migrate, some predators also have their own adventures. The Amur falcon is one of the world's longest migrating species. When prey becomes scarce in their Siberian homeland, the flock embarks on a distant migration to South Africa, crossing 14 countries, 2 continents, and 1 ocean. Only here, in a remote valley in northeast India, can they eat to their heart's content. Many falcons and the greatest gathering of birds of prey on the planet. This valley is a stopover on the falcon's migration route. This small bird of prey will not continue its journey until it accumulates enough necessary fat. The flock has chosen the perfect time to arrive here and begin hunting. For only a few weeks each year, Elate's winged termites leave their nests in millions, becoming an excellent source of nutrition. The winged termite swarms are like a gift from nature to the falcons, replenishing energy for their ocean-crossing journey. It is the longest journey undertaken by a bird of prey. To survive this journey, they must double their body weight in just 2 weeks. And to continue to South Africa, they must undertake a 4-month flight. For the Amur falcon, survival means flying 22,500 kilometers each year throughout its life. For some animals, hunting is not the reason for their migration. There are greater challenges forcing them to move. Each year, female humpback whales make the journey from their feeding grounds in Antarctica to Australia to give birth. These calm and warm waters are ideal for the birth of whale calves. But this perfection is incomplete, as this area is also the territory of killer whales. They appear just as the migration begins, extremely intelligent and agile. Killer whales are the most successful predators in the ocean. When hunting, their swimming speed can reach 50 kilometers per hour, twice the speed of the mother and calf whales. The predator approaches the target quietly. Until now, the mother whale still thinks they're just following harmlessly. The killer whales have the advantage in numbers, but they also need to be cautious. The mother whale's rear is protected by a 5-meter wide tail fin that can cause significant damage to the predator. The sides are protected by 2 pectoral fins with hard, sharp articles attached. The calf is carefully protected by the mother in the middle, lying on her broad back and away from the killer whale's attack range. To separate the mother whale from her calf, the killer whales must use intelligence. They swim around, using their strong bodies to create waves pushing the calf away from its mother. At 1 month old, the calf is strong enough to hold its position against the attack. It seems the situation has changed and the disadvantage tilts toward the attackers. A male humpback whale appears and chases the killer whale pack away. Facing a 40-ton giant has never been easy. The bubbles created by the whale act as a curtain, obscuring the vision and echolocation ability of the killer whales. From being the hunter, killer whales now face the risk of injury from the massive tails of humpback whales. Other humpback whales have also appeared to escort the mother and calf whales. On an unlucky day, the pod of killer whales is forced to retreat. Most hunts by predators often end in failure. This inadvertently makes them the hardest working animals on the planet. The pressure increases even more as their young grow larger. They must work extremely hard to meet the demands of their offspring's bottomless stomachs and greedy mouths. At around 8 months old, these cheetah cubs are completely dependent on their mother. To feed the entire family, the mother cheetah is forced to hunt large prey like antelopes. This happens almost daily. The cubs are the motivation that drives the mother cheetah to overcome the tough challenges in her environment. The cheetah cubs take care of each other, playing maturely in a safe area, while their mother hunts alone. But if the cubs want to live independently, they must carefully observe their mother's actions and learn hunting tactics on the open plains from her. There is so much to absorb. They need to learn how their mother achieves maximum speed in just a few seconds. They must master the ability to control eye direction according to the prey's movements. And they must realize that even the smallest mistake can cost them the prey right within their grasp. 90% of cheetah cubs never practice catching prey until their second birthday. Even with an experienced mother by their side, the future of this cheetah family remains uncertain. All predators maintain a great determination. In any environment, the battle between predators and prey never ends. And which predator or prey impresses you the most? Please leave your opinion in the comments section.
Curious? Subscribe and step through the next anomaly.